Hey there, riders! Welcome to ThreeCreeks Metro Park, one of Central Ohio's best places to start a ride. If you're looking for a route that's peaceful, scenic, and full of natural beauty, this one's a great pick. Three Creeks gets its name from the meeting point of Alum Creek, Big Walnut Creek, and Blacklick Creek, all flowing together right here in the park. With over 1,000 acres of forest, meadows, and wetlands, it's a haven for wildlife and a favorite for walkers, runners, and especially cyclists. Before we hit the trail, make sure you take advantage of the amenities here. There are restrooms, plenty of parking, water fountains, picnic shelters, playgrounds, and even a nature center where you can learn about the local environment and the animals that call this place home. Today, we're heading out on the Blacklick Creek Greenway Trail, making our way all the way to Blacklick Woods Metro Park. It's about 13.5 miles one way, so you're looking at a solid ride. 27 miles round trip if you're riding back. But don't worry, it's mostly flat, paved, and shaded in parts, making it a comfortable and rewarding journey. Now, this trail might not have a ton of big stops along the way, but to me, that's part of the charm. The twists and turns, the shaded sections, and the bridges that carry you over peaceful creeks. They keep the ride interesting from start to finish. It feels like you're winding through hidden corners of the city that most people never see. Once we arrive at Blacklick Woods, there's plenty to enjoy. You'll find restrooms, picnic areas, a nature center, and even 18-hole golf course. One of the newest attractions is the Canopy Walk, an elevated boardwalk that takes you through the treetops, giving you a whole new perspective on the forest. It's a peaceful, photo-worthy stop you won't want to miss. The park is also home to a rare old-growth beech maple forest, with trails winding under towering trees, perfect for a cool-down stroll after the ride. So whether you're here for the exercise, the scenery, or just a bit of escape, this route from Three Creeks to Blacklick Woods really has it all. Thanks for riding along today. Enjoy the trail, take your time, and don't forget to look up, down, and all around. You never know what's just around the bend. Welcome to Turnberry Community Park, a quiet, family-friendly green space right here in Pickerington. This park is perfect for a relaxing walk, a picnic, or just some outdoor fun close to home. There's a loop trail for walking or jogging, parking area, a playground for the kids, and plenty of open space for games and activities. You'll also find benches and picnic tables scattered throughout, making it easy to kick back and enjoy the day. It's peaceful, well-kept, and never too crowded, ideal for anyone looking to slow down and enjoy a little time outdoors. Please be careful when crossing the road. The ground can be uneven and traffic gets heavy at times. It's surprisingly easy to lose your balance and end up on the ground with your bike on top of you. Take your time, stay alert, and cross safely. I just want to take a little time to talk about electric bikes or e-bikes because I get a lot of questions about them. Whether you're just starting to look into them or you're already thinking about your next upgrade, there are a few basics that are really helpful to understand. So let's talk speed first. E-bikes come in a few different classes, and that determines how fast they can go. Most Class 2 bikes top out at around 20 miles per hour. Class 3 bikes can get up to about 28 miles per hour. And then you've got your off-road or high-performance bikes, which are kind of the Wild West. Some of the high-end models can hit speeds between 35 and even 40 plus mph. It's pretty impressive. One of the key features you'll hear about is something called pedal assist. That just means the motor kicks in to help you while you're pedaling. You're still getting a workout, but the bike gives you a little extra push, super helpful on hills or longer rides. Some bikes also have a throttle, which means you can ride without pedaling at all, like a scooter. Others are pedal assist only. So depending on the bike, the ride can feel more traditional or more like a powered cruise. Now, let's talk battery life. This depends on a few things like the battery size, motor power, how much you weigh, how hilly your route is, and how aggressively you're riding. Most e-bikes will give you somewhere between 25 and 50 miles on a single charge. But higher-end bikes with larger batteries, some of those can go 100 miles or more, no problem. Cheaper bikes tend to have smaller batteries, so it's something to really pay attention to when you're shopping around. E-bikes do tend to be heavier than regular bikes. That's mainly because of the battery and motor. You might not notice the weight as much while you're riding, but it definitely comes into play when you're loading it onto a rack or carrying it upstairs. As far as legality goes, most e-bikes are street legal in the US, but the rules can vary depending on where you are. Some places might limit certain classes of bikes or throttle use, especially on shared use trails or in parks. It's always a good idea to check the local laws before heading out. Just like any bike, e-bikes need regular maintenance, brakes, tires, gears, but you've also got to keep an eye on the electrical components like the battery and the wiring. A little routine care goes a long way in keeping everything running smoothly. Cost-wise, e-bikes range all over the place. You can find some budget options for a few $100s, but solid, reliable e-bikes usually start around $1,000 and can go up to $5,000 or more, depending on features and build quality. In general, you do get what you pay for. I always tell people to be cautious with super cheap bikes from big box stores or websites like Amazon. Sometimes you're sacrificing quality or safety to save a few bucks. As far as who e-bikes are for, honestly, just about anyone. They're great for commuters, recreational riders, older adults, or folks who just want to ride farther or more often. They're especially helpful for people dealing with hills, longer distances, or health concerns that might make traditional biking tough. And yes, they still count as exercise. Even with motor assistance, you're still pedaling and staying active. For a lot of people, e-bikes actually help them ride more consistently and enjoy the experience even more. Of course, e-bikes aren't perfect. Some of the downsides include that higher upfront cost, the added weight, and the risk of theft since they're a more valuable item. You'll also need to keep your battery charged and watch for wear on electrical parts. But overall, the benefits usually outweigh the drawbacks. If you're thinking about getting one, the biggest things to consider are how you plan to use it, whether that's commuting, weekend trail rides, or carrying cargo. What features are important to you, your budget, and whether you got access to service and support nearby. And I always recommend test riding a few models if you can. Nothing beats the feel of the right fit. I hope my answers were helpful to give you more insight or help make the decision if an electric bike is right for you. If you have additional questions, please leave them below in the comments, and I will do my very best to answer them as honestly and candidly as possible. And here we are, Blacklick Woods Metro Park, the finish line for our 13.5-mile ride from Three Creeks. We just pedaled through one of Central Ohio's most beautiful Greenway trails, weaving through forests, over creeks, and into the heart of this amazing park. Now, before you kick back or turn around, take a moment to explore what Blacklick Woods has to offer. This is one of the oldest metro parks in the system, and it's known for its stunning old-growth beech maple forest, peaceful trails, and abundant wildlife. It's a birdwatcher's paradise and a great spot to cool down with a shady stroll. And if you haven't seen it yet, you have to check out the park's newest feature, the Sky Canopy Walk. It's an elevated boardwalk that takes you up into the treetops, letting you walk eye level with the forest canopy. It's quiet, it's immersive, and it gives you a totally different view of the woods you just rode past. Honestly, it's the perfect way to round out your visit. There's also plentiful parking, restrooms, picnic areas, a nature center, and even an 18-hole golf course right here in the park. So whether you're ready to relax or still full of energy, there's something for everyone. Thanks for riding along today. Hope you enjoyed the trail, the trees, and the journey. Stay hydrated, ride safe, and we'll see you out here again soon. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and keep pedaling.